It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to the Science Bowl, the science quiz program here in the Prince George's schools where we test scientific IQs and literacy. Test your own and play along with us today. Let's meet today's teams. 2 outstanding elementary schools. First, from Cherokee Lane Elementary School, please say hello to Pauliana, Salamowit Ashete, and Gabriela Martinez. And from Highland Park Elementary, here he is, Christian Thomas, Jonah Watson, and Zion Snowdy. And now here are the categories of questions we use on the Science Bowl.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
And here on the Science Board, our game board reflects question difficulty. Easier questions worth 5 and 10 points. To the right, increasingly more difficult. 15, 20, 25, the toughest of them all. Both of our teams start out at 50 points. No penalties ever for incorrect answers. At the end of the 2 rounds today, one of these schools will come back to play Whitehall for the chance to compete for the county championship. A lot at stake today. Let's go over and make sure everything is working properly. Salamowit, would you try the green or the red team's buzzer? All right, looks and sounds just fine. Good luck to you and to Paul and to Gabriella. And Jonah, how about the green teams? All right, it too seems to work just fine. Good luck to you and to Zion. Welcome to the show, and Christian as well. Are we ready to play? Yes. Let's do it. Congratulations on making it this far in the competition. Not everybody gets this far. You guys are special. We go alphabetically C before H, so Cherokee Lane and Salamowit. Let's play this bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5.
Zoo Parade for 5 points. Teams, SpongeBob SquarePants famously has one of these shelled gastropods as a pet. Salamowit.
Snail.
A snail, yeah, Gary. I love Gary. Go red.
Zoo Parade for 10.
Zoo Parade for 10 points. Teams, baby animals are sometimes called immature or adolescent, or this J initial term, which with humans is often followed by the word delinquent.
Junior.
Jonah. What's that?
Junior.
Not junior, good try. A younger animal, sometimes known by this J. You may not answer twice. Is known by this J initial term.
Juvenile.
Juvenile, that's it, Gabriella. A juvenile delinquent is someone who is not doing the right thing. All right, thank you for your help. Go red.
Green things for 10.
Green things for 10 points. Teams, Toronto's National Hockey League hockey team is named for this plant part that also appears on the Canadian flag. Highland Park.
Maple leaf.
Maple leaf, yeah, the Toronto Maple Leafs. All right, 60 to 65. Good game going. Jonah, your turn.
Can we get Science Potpourri for 10 points?
Potpourri for 10 points. Teams, the plural of datum is data. The plural of cilium is cilia. And the plural of nucleus is this. If you have more than one nucleus, you have Highland Park.
Nuclea?
Not nuclea, no. Cherokee Lane, the plural of nucleus is this.
Nuclear?
Nuclei. Nuclei. It's like the plural of octopus is octopi. Go again, green.
Can we get
Go ahead.
Dateline Science for 10?
Dateline Science for 10 points. Teams, Walter Reed discovered that yellow fever, like malaria, is transmitted by this. Highland Park.
Mosquitoes?
Mosquito. Yes, sir. Good. Big problem in the building of the Panama Canal. All right, you have a 5-point advantage. Go green.
Can we get Let's Get Physical for 10?
Let's get physical for 10 points. Multiple choice question. Teams, if you're looking at a weather map and there are lines connecting places that have the same temperature, are those lines called isotopes, isobars, or isotherms? Salamowit.
Isotherms.
Isotherms, because therm refers to temperature. That was your clue. Good answer. Go red. 5-point lead. Cherokee Lane.
Body systems for 5.
Body systems for 5 points. Teams, there's a column in the Washington Post that oftentimes looks at people that have told lies. And the bigger the lie, the more of the symbols of this little character who had a very long nose. Salamowit.
Pinocchio.
Yeah, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 Pinocchios if you're really telling a whopper. Go, red.
Science potpourri for 5.
Again?
Science potpourri for 5.
For 5 points. Teams, what 4 letters, listen now, what 4 letters would you put after shark or fire that have appeared recently? The same 4 letters that you find in the storm that carried Dorothy to Oz. The 4 letters is what I want. Highland Park.
It's 4. It's not 4. Dang it.
Okay. Cherokee Lane, what 4 letters would you put after shark or fire that we've seen recently? The same 4 letters that you find in the storm that carried Dorothy to Oz.
Raid.
The storm that carried Dorothy to Oz was a tornado. So N-A-D-O. Sharknado, the movie, and Firenado, which we saw develop in those terrible fires in California. Try again, red. 10-point lead. Salamowit.
Dateline science for 5.
Dateline science for 5 points. Teams, if you were watching the Cotton Bowl on New Year's Day, this magnificent raptor, the symbol of the United States, flew off into the stadium instead of, yeah, Jonah?
The eagle?
Yeah, it was a bald eagle. Instead of coming back to its owner, it landed on a fan. It all ended fine. Nobody got hurt. Go green.
Can
Go
we
ahead.
get body systems for 10?
Body systems for 10 points. Teams, sometimes joints cause people problems. Housewife's knee was so named because a lot of times in old days, women were on their knees scrubbing floors. But if you play tennis or golf, this joint bothers you. Salamowit.
That's to Gabby.
Shoulder.
Not your shoulder. If you play tennis or golf, this joint gives you problems.
Elbow?
Elbow, yeah. That's why they call it tennis elbow. All right. Buzzer says end of the first round. Look at that score. Again, almost a dead heat. Highland Park, 5-point lead. 85-80 for Cherokee Lane. We'll be back with round 2 in just one moment. Don't go away. Welcome back to Science Bowl. 6 outstanding young people playing today for the chance to take on Whitehall and move on in our competition. We started the year with 40 elementary schools. We will be down to our final 4 in a very short period of time here. Let's find out about today's players. If you haven't met them from before, here's your chance. Cherokee Lane, nice to have you back. Salamowit, tell us the Cherokee Lane story. Who's your principal?
Our principal is Mr. Galbraith,
Yes, and who's the sponsor of your team?
Miss St. John, and Miss Hoffner.
Wonderful, and we'll be out in just a few moments' time. And you had no alternates, correct?
No.
They had you. They didn't need anybody else. You guys know how to play this game. Tell us something. You told us that Cherokee Lane was a really special place last time. Why so?
Because we're really creative with what we do, and we want to make sure that our students get educated.
Right. Yeah. And are there any after-school clubs at Cherokee Lane?
Yes, there was art club, science bowl, like now. There was technology class,
Yes.
I think, and there's a Rubik's Cube club.
That's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, you need some extracurriculars at school. Not that class isn't enough, but yeah, when you're young, you just have a lot of curiosities. What do you want to do someday?
I want to become a zoologist and an artist.
An artist, yeah. Do you have a favorite animal?
Mine is the wolf.
The wolf, very nice. All right, yeah, strong figure. Gabriella, nice to have you with us today. Tell us your story. What do you do in your spare time?
I draw and paint
Draw and paint. What do you like to paint?
animals.
Animals, all right. Do you have a favorite animal?
Flying squirrel.
A what?
A flying squirrel.
Flying squirrel. Yeah, they're pretty cool, aren't they? Have you ever seen one in real life?
No.
Yeah, because you see them and you look up and at first it looks like a bird, but they glide from tree to tree, and when they hit, boy, it looks like they hit really hard, but they have cushions in their feet and it really softens the landing. Nice to have you with us today. Paul, welcome to the show. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I like reading, and right now I don't have any future career plans, but I'm thinking of one.
Yeah, so you like to read. Do you go onto the internet?
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of times things can be found there that help you on this program and in life too. Do you have a Kindle or do you read real books? Because the Kindle is online, you know, you can get your books electronically there.
I mostly read online, but sometimes I read real books.
Sure, yeah, sometimes it's nice just to hold the real thing in your hand and put that bookmark in there. Thanks, Paul. Highland Park, nice to have you guys here. Jonah, principal at Highland Park is?
I'm Miss Robinson.
Wonderful. And the coach of your team?
Miss Stewart.
Absolutely. She's been so helpful to us here, as Miss St. John has as well. Everyone this is a team effort here. Not just you guys, but behind the scenes as well. Tell me any alternates you had on the team, because Zion used to be an alternate. Who's your alternate now?
Alex.
Yeah, he'll be out in just a few moments' time. And something special about your school. You're going green, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
tell us about something that you noticed that tells you, hey, we're a green school.
We had a cleanup, and our recess field was there was a lot of leaves somewhere.
Yeah.
So we went out and took all the leaves and made it nicer.
Yeah, because everybody likes to be in a new place and a clean place. So you guys did a good thing by doing that. Jonah, you want to grow up and you want to be an engineer, right?
At NASA, yes.
At NASA, yeah. So you're a good math student as well. You play a really good game, and you really know your stuff, Jonah, as do you, Christian. I know you've really prepared. You're a reader, too. Readers do really well on this program. And tell me if you could write your own ticket, what you would see yourself doing in the future. Because I know you're still thinking about that.
Well, I would write my own ticket to be an engineer, but if I didn't do any engineering, then I would probably be a scientist.
Yeah. You seem like a very disciplined young man, and you think before you talk, and you consider things, and that's going to stand you well as you get older here. You're obviously a good math student as well, and you're a good player. Zion, nice to have you on the program. Tell us the Zion story. We Z's got to stick together here. Tell us a little bit about what you do in your spare time.
I cheer.
You cheer. Who do you cheer for? For Highland Park?
No, I cheer for an all-star PG Platinum in Glenarden.
Okay, very nice, very nice. And what do you aspire to do someday?
I want to be an artist.
An artist. You have a lot of potential artists here. Do you draw? Do you paint? What do you do?
I draw.
You draw. Wow. Nice to have you here. Let's get back into this game. 85 for Highland Park, 80 for Cherokee Lane. Last correct answer came from the green team. So Jonah, let's go.
What do you guys think?
Go ahead.
Can we do green? Science potpourri for 15 points.
Potpourri for 15 points. Teams, if light can pass through a substance, the substance is transparent. If light can partly go through, it's known as translucent. But if an object like this does not let light pass through at all, it's known as what? Cherokee Lane.
Reflective?
Not reflective, good try. It's not transparent, it's not translucent, it's what? It's opaque. Opaque. O-P-A-Q-U-E. Tough question. Go again, green. Still 5-point lead.
Let's get physical for 5 points?
Let's get physical for 5 points. Teams, if you breathe in the gas known as xenon, your voice drops down like this. But if you breathe in this gas, it goes like this. Cherokee Lane.
Helium.
Helium. That's it. Good. Go. Red.
Zuparade for 15.
Zuparade for 15 points, teams. Recently, the American Museum of Natural History in New York removed its entire ichthyology collection, meaning it threw out over 2.8 million of these creatures. If you don't know what ichthyology is, you're not going to go anywhere with this. Ichthyology is the study of, Jonah?
Insects?
Not, good try, not insects. Ichthyology is the study of what? Fish. Fish. They threw out all the fish. They digitized all their images so they can share with people that don't visit the museum. Go red. Tie score 85 all.
Dateline Science for 15.
Dateline Science for 15 points. The New Horizons spacecraft, which recently took pictures of debris in the Kuiper Belt, last year took pictures of what used to be our planet number 9. Highland Park.
Pluto.
Pluto. Yeah, good. Green, go.
Can we get, let's get physical for 15.
Physical for 15 points. Teams, it seems strange that Eskimos build their igloos out of packed snow. Turns out packed snow holds in the heat because it's a very good what? Cherokee Lane.
Conductor.
Not a conductor, no. It's a very good what, Highland Park? Since it holds in the heat.
Insulator.
Insulator, that's the word. I know Gabriella was fishing for that. She knew somewhere in there what it was. Jonah, go.
Can we get body systems for 15?
Body systems for 15 points. Teams, when Washington Redskins quarterback Alex Smith broke his legs severely recently, he broke his tibia and his fibula, and the bones broke through the skin. That was no simple one. It was a compound what? Highland Park.
Fracture.
Fracture, yes indeed. Good, go.
Can we get green things for 15?
Green things for 15 points. Teams, your question is as follows. You know, weeds never seem to die because if you pull them up, they continue to live as long as their seeds will do this. Cherokee Lane, as long as they continue to do what, those seeds?
Pass it to Gabby.
Yeah,
Grow.
give me another word.
Germinate.
Germinate, that's it. All right, good comeback. There was a good G in there somewhere. Okay, thank you, Gabby. Go, 100 points, 100 to 130, still close. Cherokee Lane.
Dateline Science for 20.
Dateline for 20 points. Teams, Nancy Grace Roman died recently. She was the first woman to hold a high position at NASA, and she was considered the mother of this famous telescope. All right, Highland Park.
Hubble.
Yeah, she was the mother of the Hubble telescope. It was her idea to get it started. Nicely done. Go green.
Can we get science potpourri for 20?
Potpourri for 20 points is a visual question. Look at the monitor in the studio, please, if you would. You're looking at a border collie next to some sheep. And you know, in national dog shows, they divide dogs into groups. Sometimes they're hounds, sometimes sporting dogs, sometimes working dogs, sometimes toy dogs. This dog belongs to what group? Highland Park.
Sheepdog?
Not sheepdogs, no. It's involved in their activity. What group would this border collie fall into, Cherokee Lane?
Hunting.
Good try. Herding dogs. Herding. They herd animals like shepherds do. Try again, green. No points.
Let's get physical for 20.
Can we get let's get physical for 20 points?
Let's get physical for 20 points. Teams, recently in Paris, they changed Le Grand K, which was this unit of mass that is equivalent to 2.2 of our pounds. What metric system measurement is equivalent to our 2.2 pounds? Le Grand K. Cherokee Lane.
Ounces. Ounces.
Not ounces, no, remember the K.
Kilograms?
Kilograms, that's it, that's the K. Good, go.
Can we get body systems for 20 points?
Body systems for 20 points. Teams, a student in Baltimore County, Jack Andraka, recently won the top prize at the International Science and Engineering Fair because he came up with a diagnostic test for cancer that develops in this body organ that we know produces insulin. Name that body organ. Yeah, Highland Park.
Heart?
Not the heart, good try. Come on, give me an organ.
Lungs.
Not the lungs, the pancreas. The pancreas is where the insulin comes from. Okay, go green.
Can we get Zuparade for 20?
Zuparade for 20 points. All right, teams. We know that insects have 3 body parts. Spiders have only 2. The first part of the spider's body combines what first 2 parts of an insect's body? So you have to know what an insect is made of. You have to know those 3 parts. If you put together the first 2, that's what you get on a spider. Come on.
Exoskeleton.
Not exoskeleton. I need 2 body parts. The 2 body parts of an insect that are fused together in the spider? Head and thorax. An insect has a head, a thorax, and an abdomen. A spider has just a head and an abdomen. That head combines it with the thorax. Tough question. Go green. Let's go.
Can we get green things for 20 points?
Green things for 20 points. You know, last Christmas, everybody was warned not to eat romaine lettuce because it contained a bacterium by the name of E. coli. What do you want to tell me?
Sorry.
Okay. E. coli, Highland Park, is short for Escherichia coli. It is a specific kind of name, like ours is Homo sapiens. That snake is called a boa constrictor. When you have a genus and a species named together, that is known as what kind of name? It's a scientific name. It's called a scientific name. Go again, green.
Can we get science potpourri for 25 points?
Potpourri for 25 points. Teams, if you're involved in an experiment, you volunteer. They're testing a new drug. Some people are going to get the drug. Other people are going to get a sugar pill. They're going to be fooled. They don't know that they don't have the real drug. That is known by what P initialed name, that fake drug. Cherokee Lane. Come on, Paul, you know something.
Pass it to Paul.
Come on, Paul.
Placebo.
Placebo. That's what I knew you knew it. Good. Go. Red.
Zoo parade for 25.
Zoo parade for 25. Visual question. Look at the monitor in the studio. Wow, what a creature. A tarsier. Christian just went, whoo. Yeah, you don't want to run into one of these things. This tarsier, his eyes are as big as his brain. He hunts at night for insects. He only sees in black and white. Because of that, in the back of his eye, on the retina, instead of the cones that help see in color, he has these cells that let you see in black and white. Simple little word. They're called rods. The rods and the cones. Rods let you see in black and white. Cones let you see in color. All right, we're running out of questions and time. Go red.
DATELINE science for 25.
DATELINE science for 25 points. Teams, the Chinese recently landed a rover on the far side or the dark side of the moon. The reason why we can't see that side, listen carefully, is because the rate at which the moon rotates on its axis is at the same rate as which it does this. Highland Park.
It orbits around the Earth.
Absolutely right. It's synonymous with the period of revolution. Nicely done, Jonah. Go.
Can we get let's get physical for 25 points?
Let's get physical for 25 points. Teens, if you're in a car and you hear a siren coming at you, it's increasingly louder because the frequency of the waves increases. And then as it goes away, it fades. That is known as this effect, the same name as the kind of radar that weather people use on television. Highland Park.
Doppler?
Doppler. Yeah, it's called the Doppler effect and Doppler radar. All right, where?
Can we get body systems for 25 points?
Body system for 25 points. Teams, last year in Israel, they found a 185,000-year-old mandible, which is another name for what? Human bone. The jawbone. The jawbone. All right, Christian, you should have said something. All right, the buzzer is rung. We've come to the end of our game, and it looks like we have a competitor for Whitehall. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back to Science Bowl. Hope you enjoyed today's game. And yes, the score kept going back and forth. These are outstanding young people. We're proud of each and every one of them. Our final tally today is Cherokee Lane 125, Highland Park 215. Congratulations to Highland Park, Christian, Jonah, and Zion. Alexander's happy back there, and the happiest person of all is their coach, Miss Stewart, back there. And a round of applause for Cherokee Lane. Gabby Salamowit and Paul, Miss St. John, thank you for always giving us such a great team of young people. Hope to see you next time in another edition of Science Bowl. Until then, Dave Zarin. Bye-bye.